navigate the unknown, to roam the oceans in search of whales, to seek wealth and power, to search and destroy. Join us aboard the mighty vessels that captured our imaginations and changed the course of history. The exciting original documentary series, The Great Ships. Tonight at 10 Eastern, 11 Pacific on the History Channel. Movies in Time on the History Channel. Brought to you in part by Flexon Eyeglass Frames.
Welcome to Movies in Time on the History Channel. I'm Sander Van Oker. We're in for a huge onslaught of history as we reach the final episode of our Emmy Award-winning miniseries, War and Remembrance, which is based on the best-selling novel by Herman Wouk. Both FDR and Hitler will soon leave the stage, and President Harry S. Truman will reach the fateful and still controversial decision to drop the atom bomb on Japan. Through it all, Robert Mitchum, as our hero Victor Pug Henry, remains close to the action and ties up a few romantic loose ends along the way. At the conclusion of this episode, I'll be joined by three of the historians who have helped us put the miniseries into historical context. But first, War and Remembrance.
On April 12, 1945, President Harry Truman was given the secret details of the Manhattan Project, the United States effort to develop the atomic bomb. Movies in Time will continue in a moment.
Here's something you should never do with your eyeglasses unless they're made from Flexon. Even after bending and twisting, Flexon frames still look and fit great. Feel free to fall asleep in your glasses. Feel free to squeeze your Flexon frames. Feel free to kid around. Flexon frames, durable, comfortable, light. Ask for them by name. Flexon by Marchon.
Cheesy.
Cheetos! Dangerously cheesy. Now in Crunchy Nacho.
Can't forget that painful sore throat? Try Vicks Chloroseptic Spray. Its powerful pain reliever works on contact for the fastest relief possible. Vicks Chloroseptic. A few quick sprays soothe the pain away. Can't forget that painful canker sore? Try Vicks Chloroseptic Spray. Its powerful pain reliever works on contact. Nothing is proven to work faster. Vicks Chloroseptic. A few quick sprays soothe the pain away.
Dad?
Yeah.
Tom and I have been discussing the M word.
M word. Marriage?
I just hope we're as healthy and happy as you and Mom.
Well, good nutrition helps us stay healthy.
As an occasional meal or snack, Ensure is a source of complete balanced nutrition to help you stay healthy, active, energetic.
To a healthy, happy future for all of us.
Ensure, the #1 doctor-recommended supplement. Drink to your health.
Since I'm not a professional athlete, I suppose I'm not a good pitchman for mortgages. But nevertheless, I have to tell you about Ditech Funding's roll-down mortgage. If your interest rate is higher than 7 7/8, Ditech can refinance you to a 30-year fixed rate of 7 7/8%, APR 7 7/8, with absolutely no closing costs and no prepayment penalty. And your balance owed stays the same. It's simple, it's easy, it's smart money from Ditech Funding. For today's roll-down rate with no closing costs, call 1-800-71-FIXED.
We now continue with Herman Wouk's epic, War and Remembrance. On April 14, 1945, some 6,000 Jewish prisoners were liberated from Bergen-Belsen in Germany by U.S. troops. Among those who died there was 16-year-old Anne Frank. Movies in Time will continue in a moment.
There's a smile in every Hershey bar. When I put down Scott's Winterizer in the fall, it allows us to develop a good, strong root base. You get a real early greening. People will stop by and say, how'd you do that? Scott's Winterizer gives the grass a kickstart in the fall and makes it really look great in the spring.
I think my wife will like this.
I'm sorry, sir, but we're closing.
Yeah, but I just wanted to know if...
Why shop around someone else's schedule? With complete 24-hour service, Geico lets you buy car insurance anytime. Buy directly over the phone and you could save 15% or more. Geico Direct, a better way to buy car insurance.
Does this come in beige?
My fencing is as spotty as my mutual fund performance.
My fund's carving up the competition.
I should get in on that.
Too late. But you could get in on Ken Hebner's new fund. It's different. A flexibly managed equity fund.
Past performance is no guarantee of future returns.
Maybe not. But I've just beaten you for the 12th straight time.
CGM Focus Fund. For more information and a prospectus, call 1-800-FUND-CGM.
Hi, I'm Douglas MacArthur. I shall return to my TV to watch the History Channel.
Our history, countless moments woven together through time. The moment is mid-October, 1962. Cuba is suspected of building missile sites dangerously close to the U.S., so President Kennedy gives an ultimatum.
All ships of any kind bound to Cuba, from whatever nation or port, where they're found to contain cargoes of offensive weapons, be turned back.
While the military is policing the air and sea, UN diplomats try to find answers to the problem.
Do you, Ambassador Zorin, deny that the USSR has placed and is placing medium and intermediate range missiles and sites in Cuba?
In due course, sir, you will have your reply.
I'm prepared to wait for my answer until hell freezes over, if that's your decision.
Finally, Khrushchev relents and agrees to remove the missiles. A critical moment in time from the Cold War. You relived it on the History Channel.
Just a reminder that I'll be back after War and Remembrance with our Movies in Time historians to put the drama into historical perspective.
War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
Here's something you should never do with your eyeglasses unless they're made from Flexon. Even after bending and twisting, Flexon frames still look and fit great. Feel free to fall asleep in your glasses. Feel free to squeeze your Flexon frames. Feel free to kid around. Flexon frames, durable, comfortable, light. Ask for them by name. Flexon by Marchand.
I don't know. Never thought much about retiring. Figured I'd know when the time was right.
We're gonna miss you, Ted.
36 years. Started on DC-6s. Pretty much everything you needed to work on one, you found in the toolbox. Today, we use ultrasounds to check for microscopic voids. Use X-rays, boroscopes, magnetic imaging. Yeah, the tools have changed, but the job really hasn't.
I need you to look at this.
Ask anybody out here. They'll tell you. We're not just responsible for these planes. We're responsible for the people who get on them as well. That's the way it's always been. I'm proud to say for the past 36 years, I've been a small part of that.
Where'd they go, Ted?
Track the evolution of firepower, weapons at war. Tomorrow at 11 Eastern, 12 Pacific on the History Channel.
I love working here. It's exciting, feeling like we're changing things for the better. At Zurich Direct, there are no surprises. You call us and we give you a free quote on high-quality term life insurance with no strings attached. And these rates are up to 70% less than what some other insurers charge. I mean, why pay more than you have to?
Hi, thank you for calling Zurich Direct. This is Wendy. How may I help you?
It really is simple.
Well, Mr. Madden, you're 42 in good health and you don't smoke? That's great. A 10-year, $250,000 policy is just $32 a month, and your rate is guaranteed.
Everybody has questions when they call in. They want to know they're doing business with the right company. You'd be amazed how many letters we get from people just saying thanks.
Well, you can choose a 5, 10, 15, or 20.
Coverage can start in just a few
Sure, I
weeks.
can help you with that. I'll just...
Absolutely. I think everyone should call Zurich Direct. But then again, I'm probably a little partial.
Zurich Direct, a unit of Zurich Kemper Life. The way life should be.
We now continue with War and Remembrance. Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
Another Nokia discovery. Small words are hard to read, which is why at Nokia we make our screens big, so they're easier to read. Inspired technology with a human touch. Nokia, connecting people.
We were on vacation
Oh, your sunglasses.
when we realized we were sitting on a gold mine.
Rubber sunglasses.
Too bad none of the stores saw it that way.
So, any more bright ideas?
Actually, yes.
I can see clear.
Our own website. And before we knew it, we were selling shades to everyone under the sun.
Open a storefront on the internet with the most powerful network in the world.
Hey, Sam, listen, I'm nervous about the Mulligan presentation. I mean, how are we going to print out all those color pages, scan in those color logos, capture that frame of video, fax a proof, and make all those color copies? High five. Forget golf today, pal.
The Brother MFC 7000, the total color solution, with all the color versatility you need, exactly when you need it.
Sam, it's me again. We've only got 2 more hours. I hope everything's under control. Sam, why aren't you picking up? Sam? Sam!
4,000 miles and 10 years of work. You built it to keep out the Mongol hordes. So why can't it protect you from the spirits buried within it? Scale the Great Wall on an all-new In Search of History. Tonight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific on the History Channel.
Introducing the best thing to happen to breakfast in a generation. New Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes.
Sweet life is calling, falling to something bold. It's a kick, it's a crunch taste of honey and a heart of gold.
Sweet honey and nuts baked to an incredible crunch. And under it all, the simple goodness of Kellogg's Corn Flakes, the heart of gold.
Something new that never grows old.
New Kellogg's Honey Crunch Corn Flakes.
Taste of honey and a heart of gold.
My fencing is as spotty as my mutual fund performance.
My fund's carving up the competition.
I should get in on that.
Too late. But you could get in on Ken Hebner's new fund. It's different. A flexibly managed equity fund.
Past performance is no guarantee of future returns.
Maybe not. But I've just beaten you for the 12th straight time.
CGM Focus Fund. For more information and a prospectus, call 1-800-FUND-CGM.
Log on at www.historychannel.com. It's where the past comes alive.
We now continue with War and Remembrance, starring Robert Mitchum. Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
Here's something you should never do with your eyeglasses unless they're made from Flexon. Even after bending and twisting, Flexon frames still look and fit great. Feel free to fall asleep in your glasses. Feel free to squeeze your Flexon frames. Feel free to kid around. Flexon frames, durable, comfortable, light. Ask for them by name. Flexon by Marchand.
Are you paying 14, 15, 16% on a 125 no equity second mortgage? Have you recently applied for one of these loans to pay off credit cards, do home improvements, get cash for the things you really want? With your excellent credit, Ditech can offer you a 125 with a rate as low as 9.5%, APR 11.083%.
9.5%? How does Ditech do that?
It's simple, it's easy, it's smart money from Ditech Funding. Call 1-800-71-FIXED.
Heartburn facts from the American College of Gastroenterology.
Heartburn was ruining my life. I gave up spicy foods, tried different medicines. Nothing got rid of my heartburn completely. Was something really wrong? Was there nothing I could do?
If you have heartburn 2 or more times a week or don't get complete relief on your medicine, you may have something more serious, acid reflux disease. Call 1-800-HRT-BURN for free information. Then see your doctor.
It was more serious than heartburn. With the doctor's help, I finally got complete relief. I haven't felt this good in years.
You drive rivets into steel, 900 feet above Manhattan. When it's done, they say it'll be the tallest building in the world. But you don't want it to be done. Not when secretaries wave from the boss's window. Not when you're the biggest man in a city of giants. There's only one place where the past comes alive. The History Channel.
Everybody's always complaining about missed messages or wrong messages. Well, I got the answer for that. 5 people, 5 answering machines. Wait until they see this. Honey, look what I made.
Oh, that's nice. See the new phone I just bought from Ameritech?
Presenting the show and telephone from Ameritech. Everything you'll ever need, all in one phone. All at a $50 savings.
It has caller ID so you can see. Plus here, who's calling? Todd Werner. And it has a built-in digital answering machine that directs everybody's messages to their own individual mailbox.
Doug Doble, press 1. Sheila Doble, press 2. Joanne, press 3. Hey, Joanne, it's Todd. Just wondering if we're still on for Friday.
Call now, and for a very limited time, you'll get $50 back when you buy the show and telephone with all its incredible features.
How'd they get all that stuff in that little phone?
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
We now continue with War and Remembrance, starring Hart Bachner. On July 16, 1945, the first atomic bomb was successfully detonated at Alamogordo, New Mexico. Movies in Time will continue in a moment.
If anyone needs a breath mint, it's you-know-who. Good thing there's Clorox Automatic Toilet Cleaner with Clorox Bleach. Every flush fights stains and deodorizes. Clorox Automatic, a breath mint for you-know-who.
We both have colds, and just like last time, he's perky because last night he got to the NyQuil first, and so he got rest again, and I didn't.
Vicks NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever so you can rest and have a good morning medicine.
Unfortunately, most drivers are hitting the same place every time. And it's usually when the car insurance bill arrives. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Buy direct from Geico and you can drop a very expensive person from your car insurance policy. The middleman. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Now, the #1 ranked real estate fund over 3 years is CGM Realty Fund. Managed by Ken Hebner, the fund offers the potential for high current income and long-term appreciation. Returning 87.2% over the past 3 years and 43.8% over the past year, CGM Realty Fund has outperformed the Lipper Real Estate Fund average for 1- and 3-year performance. For a prospectus, call toll-free 1-800-FUND-CGM. CGM Realty Fund, America's #1 real estate fund for 3-year performance.
The chase is on. The secret is out. And the truth is near. Go behind the lines, beyond the usual suspects, and beneath the surface where answers lie buried in our past. Enter the world of History Undercover. Thursday at 10 Eastern, 11 Pacific on the History Channel. They come like the night wind. The sleek steamers and wood-burning smokers with names like Nickel Plate, Union Pacific, and Milwaukee Road. These are the mighty snorting iron horses that take you to magical, faraway places. A wondrous excursion to dreamland. Trains Unlimited. Mondays this fall on the History Channel.
We now continue with War and Remembrance, starring Jane Seymour. On April 29, 1945, U.S. troops liberated Dachau, a concentration camp in Bavaria, but not before a fierce gun battle resulted in the death of nearly all the Nazi soldiers guarding the camp. Movies in Time will continue in a moment.
When I put down Scott's winterizer in the fall, it allows us to develop a good, strong root base. You get a real early greening. People will stop by and say, how'd you do that? Scott's winterizer gives the grass a kickstart in the fall and makes it really look great in the spring.
It was a painful way to learn. I should have been taking Advil. I was bending and lifting. Everything hurt. After trying Tylenol, I found it didn't get rid of all the pain. My doctor said for tough pain, 2 Advil work better than any 2 Tylenol. Advil just works better.
Hiya, son.
Hi, Dad.
I'm off to work now.
Okay, Dad.
With complete 24-hour service, Geico Auto Insurance starts working on your claim immediately.
Be careful with her.
We'll get you back in your car quickly, so you won't have to rely on alternate transportation. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Have you outgrown your current position or find yourself unemployed? Then it's time to look in the National Business Employment Weekly. You'll find top jobs with top companies and advice on landing them.
Order 6 issues of the National Business Employment Weekly now for only $19, a special introductory offer. Look in the National Business Employment Weekly. You'll never know what you'll find. To subscribe, call 800-228-6600. That's 800-228-6600.
This simple-looking device is the key to unlock your body's hidden potential. It can change the look and shape of every line and curve on your body. Because it's the weight, the challenge, and the secret behind one of the most effective fitness machines in the world. Introducing the Bowflex Power Pro. Bowflex uses patented power rod resistance to give you an incredibly smooth, natural feel for over 60 different health club quality exercises. With features like a built-in aerobic rowing exercise, convertible grips, and convenient folding capabilities, it's easy to see why a Bowflex was selected by Fitness Magazine as the best home gym for 1997 and was awarded a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. It's time to get the body you want with no money down and payments as low as $33 a month. Call right now for your free video and brochure. Discover the body you've always wanted with the Bowflex Power Pro.
Don't forget, right after War and Remembrance, I'll be back with historians Gerhard Weinberg, Monty Penkower, and Warren Kimball, each a scholar on a different aspect of World War II. They'll discuss the history behind the drama.
Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
Here's something you should never do with your eyeglasses unless they're made from Flexon. Even after bending and twisting, Flexon frames still look and fit great. Feel free to fall asleep in your glasses. Feel free to squeeze your Flexon frames. Feel free to kid around. Flexon frames, durable, comfortable, light. Ask for them by name. Flexon by Marchon.
Precision engineering. Performance that nails you to your seat. But enough about the high-performance computers Dell built for Ford. What can we build yours to do? Call now, and for just $119 a month, you can lease this Dell Dimension XPS with a 266 MHz Intel Pentium 2 processor featuring MMX technology, 32 megs of SD RAM, a 6.4 gig hard drive with Microsoft Office Small Business Edition, a Trinitron monitor, 24x max variable CD-ROM, even a 4 meg 3D video card, and 24-hour tech support. The Dell Dimension XPS with a 266 MHz Intel Pentium 2 processor. Pure performance for just $119 a month. Dell, what can we build yours to do?
I keep reading about this one mutual fund, so I ask them about it. Oh, our blah blah fund is just as good. But I don't see their blah blah fund on this list. Now what?
At Schwab, we don't push funds. We show you how they've performed in our mutual fund select list.
Call 1-800-4-SCHWAB and get your copy free.
So it's Monday morning, and I decide to move money from one fund to another. I gotta call up one fund, wait for a check, mail the check, wait for it to clear. Now it's next Monday.
With Mutual Fund One Source, choose from hundreds of no-load funds and get one statement. Which to choose? Call Schwab for our select list free.
They recommend this, then that. Then they recommend I sell the first thing they recommended.
This was supposed to be easy.
Now what do I do? Then I get my statement. Ouch. Get someone on your side. Get the investment firm where no one is on commission. Maybe that's why over 50,000 people choose Schwab every month. Call now and get our Mutual Fund Select List free.
Welcome back. Many important decisions made during World War II have been second-guessed since the war's end, but none more so than President Truman's authorization to explode the first atomic bomb over Hiroshima, Japan. The result, over 78,000 Japanese died immediately, and another 70,000 were injured. Those exposed to radiation endured years of agony. Among the countless questions raised by Truman's decision is whether the president and his advisors were aware at the time of how momentous their actions were. Historian Barton J. Bernstein answers the question this way. Before Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the use of the atomic bomb did not raise profound moral issues for policymakers. After this, our final episode, I'll be joined by three Movies in Time historians who will continue to put our drama into historical perspective. But first, we continue with War and Remembrance.
War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
Every so often, something new comes along that makes people go back to rethink. Go back to reconsider. Go back to the drawing board. Introducing the larger, more powerful Accord. An Accord like no other. From Honda.
Heartburn facts from the American College of Gastroenterology.
Heartburn was ruining my life. I gave up spicy foods, tried different medicines. Nothing got rid of my heartburn completely. Was something really wrong? Was there nothing I could do?
If you have heartburn 2 or more times a week or don't get complete relief on your medicine, you may have something more serious, acid reflux disease. Call 1-800-HRT-BURN for free information. Then see your doctor.
It was more serious than heartburn. With the doctor's help, I finally got complete relief. I haven't felt this good in years.
At CGM Mutual Fund, our emphasis is on performance. Over a 15-year period, CGM Mutual Fund has outperformed major benchmarks, including the Lipper Balanced Fund Average. And CGM Mutual Fund far outpaced the Consumer Price Index as well. CGM Mutual Fund is committed to outstanding long-term performance. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. For a prospectus, call 1-800-FUND-CGM. CGM Mutual Fund.
It was a time of holy wars, of violence knocking on history's doors.
The new children of Israel slaughtered everyone they found.
The country is in ruins.
And if you think life's tough now, then you better stay away from the 12th century. Join Terry Jones for this breathtaking and completely different look at the Crusades. Crusades. All this week at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific on the History Channel.
Did you know there are over 1,800 companies that sell life insurance? That makes it impossible to compare the rates of every company. And since the rates for the same coverage are often different from company to company, many people overpay when buying term life insurance. Well, there's a free service from Select Quote Insurance Services that can help make sure you don't overpay. Select Quote continually compares the costs of term insurance policies from many top-rated companies like Kemper, Travelers, CNA, and others. Call toll-free and Select Quote will mail you 5 of their lowest quotes in a simple, easy-to-read comparison. For example, a man age 40 who doesn't smoke can get $100,000 coverage for just $169, or $250,000 coverage for just $310. And you can lock in these low rates for 10 years. Don't overpay. Call Select Quote now and see how much you can really save.
For a free comparison of the 5 lowest cost term policies for you, call Select Quote at 1-800-335-7600. That's 1-800-335-7600.
We now continue with Herman Wouk's epic, War and Remembrance. Herman Wouk's War and Remembrance will continue in a moment.
For $8, you can join AARP. $8. You get a magazine. You get a newsletter. You get a card. You get 2 cards. Because when you join, your spouse joins free. You get lots of benefits, too. When you travel and close to home. It's only $8. When was the last time you got so much for so little? So go ahead. Why not give AARP a call?
Everybody's always complaining about missed messages or wrong messages. Well, I got the answer for that. 5 people, 5 answering machines. Wait until they see this. Honey, look what I made.
Oh, that's nice. See the new phone I just bought from Ameritech?
Presenting the show and telephone from Ameritech. Everything you'll ever need, all in one phone. All at a $50 savings.
It has caller ID so you can see. Plus here, who's calling? Todd Werner. And it has a built-in digital answering machine that directs everybody's messages to their own individual mailbox.
Doug Doble, press 1. Sheila Doble, press 2. Joanne, press 3. Hey, Joanne, it's Todd. Just wondering if we're still on for Friday.
Call now, and for a very limited time, you'll get $50 back when you buy the show and telephone with all its incredible features.
How'd they get all that stuff in that little phone?
Ameritech, your link to better communication.
4,000 miles and 10 years of work. You built it to keep out the Mongol hordes. So why can't it protect you from the spirits buried within it? Scale the Great Wall on an all-new In Search of History. Tonight at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific on the History Channel. Brace yourself for the conflicts of our century, the show that takes you through the glory and despair of 20th century warfare.
They may expect a reign of ruin.
Peaceful people of Iraq.
Let history show that these were the events that shaped our lives.
A major enemy offensive.
Our times. Our century. Tonight at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the History Channel. Before they became the first couple, they were known simply as Eleanor and Franklin.
I've been trying to work up nerve enough to tell you that I love you.
From courtship to adultery, explore the ups and downs of their private lives.
They must agree not to see each other anymore.
Did he ever give her up? We don't know.
Edward Herman, Jane Alexander.
It's polio. Dear God, why?
Eleanor and Franklin. Sunday at 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific on the History Channel.
We now continue with War and Remembrance, starring Jane Seymour.
Welcome back. Joining me here in the studio to give us the history behind the drama is an academic dream team of scholars. Professor Warren F. Kimball of Rutgers University is the author of The Juggler, Franklin Roosevelt as Wartime Statesman. Professor Gerhard Weinberg of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill is the author of numerous books about the war, including A World in Arms, A Global History of World War II. Professor Monty Pankauer is the chairman of the History Department at Touro College. And his books include The Jews Were Expendable. Gentlemen, welcome. In the miniseries, we see the German effort right up to the end to eradicate all the evidence. Did they do that?
Well, no, there was a great deal of destruction of records, though lots survived. There was a systematic destruction of physical evidence in the way of burning of corpses and so on. In part, this was, if you will, a self-protective mechanism of the very people who were being threatened during the war publicly by the Allies with punishment afterwards, and they hoped that the less evidence there was, the fewer of them would end up being tried. They were not, in all cases, successful, but that was the direction of effort.
Professor Pankauer, taking from the subtitle of your book, why were the Jews expendable?
From the Allied perspective, we can offer a few answers. Obviously, there was some anti-Semitism. There was also the problem, surely until, as we saw in the series, the UN Declaration on Jewish Massacres in December 42, a difficulty in absorbing what Hitler really was doing in Europe. But I think the larger issue, the Allies said that it would interfere with the war effort. The problem with that response is twofold. One, the Jews alone were singled out for death, and they couldn't wait. And secondly, the Allies discriminated against the Jews. They helped others but not Jews, and I think primarily because the Jews lacked a state. They were therefore powerless, as throughout their history.
Professor Kimball, how much did Roosevelt's vitality and optimism contribute to the war effort?
There's a number of episodes where Roosevelt's optimism, I think, played a key role in setting higher production standards and so on for tanks and aircraft. He shocked the military people a number of times. But I think the most important thing is he really did serve as a symbol for the American nation around which they could coalesce.
In Germany, does Hitler understand Roosevelt at all?
No, I don't think so. He understood neither Roosevelt nor the United States. And the very fact that Roosevelt had suffered polio, the kind of physical defect for which Hitler was having Germans killed, made him look down not only on Roosevelt, but on a people who would elect a person of this sort to be their president.
Did Roosevelt or Mr. Pencar know about what was happening to the Jews?
Certainly by mid-1942, it is fair to say, and in fact he delivered a message to the Madison Square Garden meeting of that month, decrying what was going on in Europe and promising that the perpetrators would be brought to justice. So at least from that date on, publicly, he made a statement, and he certainly knew what was going on.
Professor Weinberg, we have seen an assassination attempt against Hitler. Was there any other time when people thought he might be either destroyed or arrested?
Yes. The first assassination attempt by the organized opposition, almost organized, was in March of 1943, when some people put a bomb in his plane and the detonator didn't work. And between that and the 20th of July, 1944, there were several other attempts which for various technical reasons misfired.
At this time, with a few minutes left, I've got to invoke Herman Wouk, the author of War and Remembrance, what he said at the beginning of the series. The beginning of the end of war lies in remembrance. Does anybody remember?
Well, hopefully, we as historians try to respond to that problem. Alas, polls show, recent polls, that say in the United States, the numbers who really know, not only know, but absorb what happened is very small. I think that documentary films, Wouk's War and Remembrance play a key role, a seminal role, the testimony of survivors also in furthering this aim.
Professor Weinberg, the first half of the century, much blood was spilled to try to find a place for Germany in the world order. What should we in this half of the century remember about that effort?
Well, we should remember, it seems to me, how dangerous the weapons of a modern mass society can be when they are pulled together for evil purposes. That's the great danger.
Professor Kimball, what should we remember about FDR and the war? I'll give you my suggestion, how isolationist this country was right up to Pearl Harbor.
Well, there's no question that Roosevelt played a key role in bringing the United States into an active participation in international affairs. That has a downside. I mean, we end up in places like Vietnam and so on. I do think that it's important for people to understand, even in the celebratory post-Cold War atmosphere that we live in today, that Harry Truman's aphorism, that if the Russians are winning, we should help the Germans, and if the Germans are winning, we should help the Russians, is just downright wrong. World War II was a fight primarily against Hitler and Nazism, and thank God it turned out as it did.
Churchill said something along those lines too, did he not? I would fight on the devil's side.
Kimball has omitted the conclusion of that particular sentence. I think you should include that.
Truman did say that
What's the conclusion?
that under no circumstances should the Germans win. Under no circumstances should the Germans win. But my point is that we sometimes forget what the war was all about in this post-Cold War celebration we're in today.
Gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for being here. I'm Sander Van Oker for Movies in Time. Thanks for watching.
Now you can own War and Remembrance on home video, the complete 12-episode series for $239.95 plus shipping and handling. Call 1-800-708-1776 to order this collector's edition box set. Stay tuned for Vietnam, the 10,000-day war, coming up in an hour. And later tonight, scale the Great Wall of China as we go in search of history at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific.